Hi, I'm Dr. Joanne Tully with Holistic Wellness Center. Welcome to my video, How to Heal Your Body Using Your Mind. In this video, I'm going to give you some pointers on how to get your head wrapped around the concept of how to heal your body using your mind and how to start heading down this healing path. If you haven't already done so, you might want to view my introductory video, How to Naturally Heal Yourself, where I give you my immune system checklist. In other words, what I believe are the main parts of the immune system that you must address or consider making changes to in order to bring your body back into better balance. Okay, back to this video, How to Heal Your Body Using Your Mind. Your thoughts are very powerful. Thoughts can be positive or negative, and you will know the difference by how you feel. Are you suffering? Do you feel pain? Are you depressed, anxious, having trouble sleeping? Does your body feel heavy and lethargic? These are all indicators that you have negative thoughts in your mind. Positive thoughts will leave you feeling joyful, happy, peaceful, calm, safe. In other words, blissed out. So let's go over a couple of concepts. You have two minds, your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. Your conscious mind is in control 5 to 10% of the time, and this is where we have our thoughts, our thinking logical mind. It's where we set our goals, like New Year's goals. We're going to lose weight, get healthier, eat better, those kinds of things. And this is where we judge ourselves and others. And again, this is only in control 5 to 10% of the time. Our unconscious mind is in control 90 to 95% of the time. So this is huge. This portion of our mind monitors operations of the body, like motor functions, heart rate, digestion, things that keep you safe and alive. It prefers the familiar. So one extreme example of this would be, say, you grew up and you had adults around you who were abusive, maybe emotionally and verbally abusive. That can become your familiar pattern. You don't know any different. So when you grow up, you could seek out other love relationships that are abusive because that's your familiar, that's all you know. Another portion of the unconscious mind is our long-term learned memory. So this is what allows us to wake up every morning and we don't have to relearn how to get dressed, how to eat, how to bathe, how to drive our car. And it's also where we can drive our car from point A to point B and get there somewhat safely without even remembering how we got there. We could be tuned out, listening to music, talking to someone, messing with the radio, whatever. But because it's a long-term learned memory, we just go onto automatic pilot and just drive from point A to point B and don't even remember the process. And in your unconscious mind, this is also where we hold our experiences, our attitudes, values, and beliefs. And these are what can be really nasty. So the unconscious mind is the most important area to look at. And most of us are completely unaware of what is buried in our unconscious mind. What are we hiding in our unconscious mind is actually running our lives, no matter how much we try to think positively. So what are you hiding in your unconscious mind? Could it be emotions like guilt, fear, anger, resentment, and limiting beliefs like I'm unlovable, I don't deserve to be healthy and well, I'm guilty and deserve to be punished, I need to please others in order to feel love, I'm not worthy, I'm not safe, death is my only escape from this pain and suffering, I'm unable to forgive myself and or others? So if you have these ugly things buried in your unconscious mind, they are running your life. So let's go over another important concept here, the difference between your true authentic self versus your ego self. Your true authentic self is who you actually are. It's where you're one with God. You're perfect and innocent in every way. It's your eternal spirit, meaning you never die. It lives on. It's also unconditional love, peace, joy, and bliss. And this is deep within each of us, but it can get pretty buried with our ego self. So let's go over the ego self. Your ego self is your made up self. It's very destructive and harmful. It wants you to feel deprived, fearful, and guilty. It wants to win and it wants to be right. So if you find yourself in an argument with, say, a coworker or a loved one, and you find yourself, you've got to say the last word, you have to be right, you're arguing your point to the death, this is your ego talking. Your ego also will constantly trick you into looking outside of yourself for your answers. So your ego will keep you searching, but it doesn't want you to find your answers. And when the pain of your fears and guilt become too much for you to continue to hold on to, you will then project these feelings out into the world around you. And just like a magnet, you'll attract them right back to yourself. But it will feel like you're being attacked. So you will find someone else to blame. You'll be in a blame game. It's always someone else's fault. Look at what they did to me. Can you believe what they said to me? Things like that. So can you see how important it is to take a gentle, loving look at what is buried in your unconscious mind and what your ego is projecting? Is your unconscious mind actively attracting the worst possible junk into your life? Is your ego keeping you in a self-destructive pattern? Did you know that holding on to these negative beliefs actually creates more harmful chemistry in your body? So you only hurt yourself. Your body is actually neutral, but it will give you messages through symptoms when your thinking is off, or when there is nasty junk in your unconscious mind, or when your ego is leading you down a destructive path. Quantum physics has proven that your thoughts have energy and that this energy affects other things, like your body. Your thoughts are very powerful. So quite literally, if you've been told that your illness is all in your head, this is what they're talking about. The only thing is, in the medical community, they only know how to medicate you to make the symptoms go away or to numb you out. So if you want more information on the connection between quantum physics and emotions and symptoms, take a look at the work of Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's a cellular biologist and has a great book to get you started called The Biology of Belief. Now, let's get back to the title of this video, How to Heal Your Body Using Your Mind. Did you know that you can be taught how to release these negative emotions on your own, which then reduces the negative chemistry within your body, which then allows your body to come back into better balance? In a nutshell, it's all about taking responsibility for your thoughts and your emotions. You have to stop blaming other people and situations. You can only work on yourself. And to completely release these emotions, you must reframe your thoughts as though whatever it was that you're holding on to never happened. So this is actually forgiveness, like Jesus taught. All of your answers can be found by going within through meditation. This means reestablishing your intuition or your connection with God. You have to be open to setting aside your ego beliefs and allowing God to correct your perceptions. Many of us have heard of this before. We might have read books written by Wayne Dyer or Eckhart Tolle or Marianne Williamson or Carolyn Myss. So our logical thinking minds might have understood the logic of releasing negative emotions. But until we actually experience the release after reframing our thoughts, nothing changes. So back to how to do this on your own. The book that will help you the most is called A Course in Miracles. This is also known as the Jesus Text. It was channeled to a professor of clinical psychology at Columbia University from the mid-1960s to the mid-1970s. It is meant to be a year-long self-study in how to slowly and methodically undo your ego. It has a text section, a workbook section with a meditation for each day of the year, and additional sections with more information in the back. Now, some people are able to pick the book up and immediately begin using it in a very significant way. Most people that I know struggle to stay with it for various reasons. Some would say that it's too difficult to meditate, too many thoughts in their head, too many distractions. They think they're too busy or can't find the time. Some people say it's too difficult to read. It's written in Shakespearean blank verse, so it can be difficult to follow. It's not meant to be read like a novel and just be done with it in 2 weeks. It's meant to be just read a few pages at a time with time for contemplation afterwards. Some people are just afraid of what they will find in their unconscious mind because it can be some nasty stuff in there. But that, again, is just made up things from the ego. Once you actually go within, you'll find that it really was no big deal at all. But there can be some fears about taking a look. Other people will say that they just have too many negative emotions blocking them from going within. Some people tell me that anger is what keeps them going. They want to hold on to their anger. Otherwise, they might feel empty, or they might not get things done. And other people want to hang on to disease processes because they don't know who they would be if they didn't have their disease. What will I talk about? Things like that. So in deciding whether or not you need my help or if you can do this on your own, here are some questions to ask yourself. How miserable am I? Can I meditate on my own now? How much has my health already declined? How much am I spending on doctor's visits, medications, supplements, enzymes, essential oils, chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, etc.? How much productivity am I losing from my job, in my home life? How many relationships have I lost? Or how many of my relationships are now very strained? And do I feel a sense of urgency to figure this out? If you feel confident that you can do this on your own, then I encourage you to purchase A Course in Miracles and start working on it. Look for the version that is put out by the Foundation for Inner Peace. It can be found in bookstores, on Amazon, and at a website, www.acim.org. And if you feel you need additional help, I encourage you to watch my next video, Intro to Learn to Heal Yourself, where I describe the workshop that I created where I teach you how to do this work on your own. Either way, you'll still want to purchase A Course in Miracles. If you work with me, I will merely be helping you save time and money with what you are doing now. I welcome any comments or questions you might have. If you need to speak to me directly, I encourage you to email me. From there, we can set up a time to talk on the phone at no charge to see if this would be a good fit for you. Thanks for watching this video. Feel free to like this video, and if it was helpful to you, share it with others who might benefit from this information. I wish you the best on your journey to holistic wellness.